I'm John Shumway on the Pitt campus in Oakland. I mean, this is the heart of the campus. We're on Forbes Avenue, right at Bigelow Boulevard, as you see here behind me. And there was an incident here over the weekend that is kind of a confluence of transportation issues. There is nowhere in our city where Uber and Lyft do more business than out of the University of Pittsburgh area. And on a Sunday afternoon, there was an Uber driver who came to pick up a student. That's the quad across the street. Came to pick up a student right here and had stopped over on the far side of Forbes Avenue. Now, the Port Authority bus approached to go to that bus stop. Didn't like where the Uber was parked and let him know it. But the Uber driver didn't move until he got his fare. Well, the bus driver apparently got pretty angry about it, went past the Uber driver and put his bus, it was an attenuated bus, you know, those stretch type, not that size where it's just the one bus, but it's where it's like the double bus, an attenuated bus. He actually put that attenuated bus across all three lanes of Forbes Avenue, completely blocked the road. The Uber driver got his fare, pulled out, and the bus was sitting there blocking all the traffic. Now, what happened next was, as the Uber driver pulled out, the bus then started on down Forbes Avenue. And between here and the Carnegie, it was going back and forth, lane to lane, all three lanes, in what appeared to be a blocking maneuver, trying to keep the Uber driver behind them. In the course of this, it was pretty clear that the Uber driver got distracted, maybe the bus driver did too, because they both ran this light. It was clearly red. All this was captured on a dash cam in the Uber, and that video has now been put on YouTube. And coming up new on KDKA-TV News at 6 o'clock, not only will you see the video that the Uber driver shot, but we also went to a defensive driving expert and asked him to look at the video. To say that he lambasted the Port Authority driver would be a mild statement. He called him unprofessional. He said a professional driver should be able to rise above this kind of thing. And in fact, the driver's now been cited by the Port Authority and is still under investigation. But he also says that the Uber driver was in part culpable in this whole thing because of what he did after the Port Authority bus blocked the street and then went on down. Both parties had some responsibility here. We'll get into that tonight on KDKA-TV News at 6. And it's also kind of a lesson in how not to handle an aggressive driver. If you see somebody doing something like this, you'll hear in our report exactly how you should handle it in order for everybody to come away from these kind of situations safe. We'll have the story for you at 6. I will see you then.